Share TV. Katika mateso tunashiriki furaha. Kwa maumivu tunaleta amani. Hata huzuni na kuachwa, tunakupa upendo. Tazama Share TV. Together we testify. Subscribe our YouTube channel.
Mimi ni Myrtice Owens, nilikaa na mume yangu Carlos Owens katika Tanzania kwa miaka 36. Tulifanya kazi ya Mungu huku Tanzania na kusaidia watu wengi. Mimi ni kusaidia kwa dawa kwa watu wengi huku Tanzania. Asante.
Hello, Baptist nurses. Congratulations on the 40th anniversary of the Baptist Nursing Fellowship Summit. I'm Connie Bushy, a Baptist communicator, and I'm here with my friend Myrtice Owens in Nashville, Tennessee. We became good friends, Myrtice and I, when some Swahili-speaking Africans visited our church in 2012. There they met Myrtice and Carlos, her husband, and were shocked because they could speak Swahili to them. It was really a God thing. That small group formed the Swahili Baptist Church, Nashville, and Myrtice and I and my husband Nick Bushy and I are still involved with that church. It's appropriate that you get to know Myrtice today. She was Baptist Nursing Fellowship President from 1998 to 2000. She was a Southern Baptist missionary for 36 years with her husband Carlos and family. She is an RN and she spoke 3 languages in Africa. Her amazing life included hosting people like Jane Goodall, the famous researcher of chimpanzees in Africa, John Glenn, the first American to orbit the Earth, who was visiting Africa, and numerous National Geographic teams. She wouldn't tell you this, so I'll tell you. Their lives included many sacrifices. I recall a story where they had an appointment to see a dentist. The drill was not motorized, it was operated with a foot pedal. The time that they were there they were without internet or cell phones, so communication for help or just to visit with people was not as easy as it is today. One of my favorite stories about the family is about Carlos, the adventurer extraordinaire. They lived along Lake Tanganyika, and the Tennessee Rural Ambassadors provided a boat and skis, and the family, and especially Carlos, enjoyed skiing. The residents of the area just, were talking about this, such a phenomenon, but they knew the stories of Jesus, and they decided that the Mzungu, the white man, they knew as a pastor and a teacher of pastors, was walking on water.
Tazama Share TV. Together we testify. Subscribe our YouTube channel.
Myrtice, what are some of the nursing projects that you developed in Africa?
Well, I've had many different projects. I guess the first one was I had to set up a brand new hospital, the beds, the kitchen, the laundry, and get it all, and the nursing procedures, and get it all ready to open up the hospital. I guess the second one was when we moved to Kigoma on the lake. We had so many. The local hospital had no medicine, and so many of the children were dying of malaria particularly, and so I asked the medical officer if I could start a clinic in my back of my home, and I did. I started in one of our little rooms back there, and I taught the children their schooling in the other room, and I was able to teach people from the church, usually up to 75 to 100 a day, in the back behind my house. And other times, later on when we moved to other places, we had to go out to the remote villages because they were too far away from the communities. And so we had to go out, and we would actually sleep in our pickup truck and stay with them overnight. And we would do clinics all day in one village and then move on to the next village the next day, and was able to see about 200 people a day in those villages. So, of course, we did extra things like teaching things like how to handle home emergencies like burns and diarrhea and things like that to the ladies, and how to eat good food was one of the main things we tried to teach them.
Amazing. So, what were some of the highlights of your term as BNF president?
Well, I guess the most exciting time was when the BNF group went to Kosovo as nursing there in Kosovo, and they had just been through a horrible war, and the buildings were were damaged, and people their lives were damaged too, and so we were able to minister to quite a few of the refugees there, and also able to be there. And I think Wanda Alie was with us, and we had such a wonderful time serving there in Kosovo. And also during the time of my being the president, we made a new a pamphlet, or I guess what you call it, a pamphlet that advertised BNF during that time.
Very good. What is your challenge for Baptist nurses in 2023?
Well, I've there's many different I want to see that more of the nurses will be able to go overseas and be able to relate to other countries and be able to serve in other areas, because they certainly grow in the Lord when they go overseas and try to minister to other people. I'd like to see them continue to grow and have a lot more nurses involved, and also that our nurses will be more involved in sharing Christ in their relationships, and that their lives will be giving glory to God in their service as they serve as nurses in the hospitals and the areas that they're in. And I just pray for them that they'll have a wonderful year this next year.
Thank you so much, Myrtice, for this time. Myrtice doesn't mind me saying, but I think you're 93 years old.
Yes.
We want to thank Marilyn Graves, your president, for inviting us to produce this video. It's been a blessing, and we have enjoyed it. One last word. I want to mention the book that Carlos and Murtis wrote. This is made up of short vignettes, so even a child would enjoy.